Okay. So there's been a lot said that there has been a lot said already that I really don't know if I can add to the conversation, but I do want to give my opinion on a few things. One being is that, well, let me start with this. When I first heard about this situation with Sonya Massey, at first I thought, okay, another black person got killed by the police. That's really tragic. But it was more devastating when I actually saw the body cam footage. And before I get into more detail, let me go ahead and play this one clip right quick, okay? It's very short.
Doing their job. We're going to give our police their power back, and we're going to give them immunity from prosecution. So they're not prosecuted for doing their job.
And the main reason I played that clip, because we have a really big election year coming up right now. And Donald Trump said that, right? But yet we have a lot of black people that support Trump. But yet if somebody in your family was to get unalive just like Ms. Massey did, you're voting for a man that would excuse the police that did it, right? And then you get into the whole entire Kamala Harris thing. And I was looking for a statement from her. She eventually made one, but Joe Biden made one first, which is surprising because he's on his way out the door. Joe Biden has a long history of being a racist, oppressive person. Let's just call it for what it is. But even him, when that first came out yesterday, made a statement. He put something out the same day when that footage came out. Where was Kamala? Kamala, who is cosplaying as a black woman, didn't say a thing until today. Now, I would think that a black woman that says she's a black woman, when it's convenient for her, would put out a statement or a video or something a lot sooner about something that could potentially be larger than George Floyd. Because when it came to George Floyd, there was a sense of people like, okay, well, he was a drug dealer. He was trying to, not a drug dealer. He was a drug abuser. He was trying to get a fraudulent dollar bill to go through or something along those lines. Or he was trying to pay with fraudulent money. He has a sketchy past, all this other kind of stuff. But you don't have that with Sonya. You don't hear about a sketchy past from her. You hear about a woman who had 2 kids, I think one is 19, who called the police looking for help because she thought somebody was trying to break into her home. And even at the end of it, she told the police, not the end, the beginning of it, when the police should have just went ahead and left instead of questioning her further, she told them, I love you and goodbye. Let's see here.
Love y'all, thank y'all. All right, I got you. All right. Is there anything else we can do for you?
No,
Is there anything else I can do for you?
no, sir.
Okay. Okay. All right. You doing all right mentally?
Yes.
Sure.
My medicine and stuff.
All right. Okay.
I love y'all. Thank y'all.
All right. I got you.
I love y'all, thank y'all, even though that cop, the one that ended up taking her life, was being a condescending ass to her. And you see, I'm terrified for what comes next when it comes to our kids. I haven't heard of any riots yet, mainly because the man was taken off the streets right away and arrested. I saw some rumors saying that he was out on bail. I haven't seen an official article or anything about that as of yet. But the one thing I will say that I do love Twitter, you get to see people for who they really are on Twitter. You get to see the true racists, the people that are trying to make an excuse. Now, I watched that video clip over and over and over and over again, and not one time did I see her try to throw that pot. Even if she did, the man would have got some birds and would have been life-threatening, excuse me, because I have seen them endure worse. But, you know,
you have an ID, that'd make things so much easier. I just driver's license will do, and then I'll get out of your hair.
I want to show y'all my paperwork.
I will
What?
get your paperwork.
What paperwork?
Okay. I got some paperwork.
We'll just keep.
now how they came to the point of them getting into the house, I don't know. I looked all over the place with different type of video clips, and I know I'm not talking really clearly because I'm really upset about this particular issue.
Get your ID.
Well, let's get your ID first, and then
One task at a time here.
Okay. Let me
Here, grab your ID for me.
Okay.
Your ID, one task at a time. So let's do an ID, and then you can dig around for your paperwork.
I don't know where my ID is.
you got in that stack right there, maybe.
1 second.
Check on her.
Let me do this.
We don't need a fire while we're here.
Alright.
So this drunken thug, and that's all he is, a drunken thug, arrested twice for DUIs, fired multiple times. He's a thug and a loser and a drunk. It's in this woman's house. I still don't understand how they got to the point of being inside the house.
Let me see. Okay. Where you going?
Huh?
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Huh?
Rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
But I swear to God, I'll your
Okay, I'm sorry.
drop the.
Her last words, I'm sorry. She had nothing to be sorry for. Those were words. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And the devil came out of that man. You know, growing up, my great grandma used to always refer to white people as devils or crackers. Never anything nice. So when I first saw this, my first thoughts were back then. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Cause this woman to lose her life. And what about Jesus made this man react that way?
Shots fired.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Drop the pot! Bring EMS now. We got a headshot wound to the female. Headshot wound to the female. 1078.
I was on. I'm gonna go get my kit.
Hey, now headshot, bitch. You're done. You can go get it, but that's a headshot. God damn it.
God, fuck.
Now I know that was a person that was on call with him or his partner. Not sure the dynamic there. But he went to go get his med kit. In fact, he backed up, but Sean, the devil, was looking for any reason. A black woman in her late 30s was looking for help and was essentially executed in her own home. You know, a lot of times white people think that we're paranoid when we worry about the police, right? And if you're black, you either know somebody or seen something or had something happen to you firsthand when it comes to the police, to where the police does not always make you feel safe. I'm in the South. There are certain parts of the South that I will not drive through at night. Even in broad daylight, when I get pulled over, I make sure that I pull over to a place that's pretty well populated. And, you know, your first thought is, well, if you're not doing nothing wrong, you won't get pulled over. I'm in the South. If I drive too nice of a car, I'll get pulled over. If I drive a car that's too beat up, I'll get pulled over. There is no not looking suspicious when you have the skin tone that I have. And you know, they say that the one of the few places that you should always feel safe is at home. And her home was violated and desecrated, and that was her final sight, her final breath of a devil that took her life. And then that same officer still wanted to disrespect her.
Yeah, I'm good. This fucking bitch is crazy.
So you mean to tell me you take a woman's life and you want to call her F and B and say she's crazy? Can't even get respect and death about innocent life that you took. But hey, you Trump supporters.
Doing their job. We're going to give our police their power back, and we're going to give them immunity from prosecution. So they're not prosecuted for doing their job.
So in Trump's perfect world, Sean Grayson wouldn't get persecuted. He was just doing his job. And the most interesting part about it, he didn't even have his body cam on up until this shooting. Sometimes I'm curious, why do they keep allowing these people go from precinct to precinct to precinct? Because this man has been terminated or resigned or left, and most of the time when you resign, it's a forced resign, right? It's like you're either going to get fired or you can resign. Sometimes resigning looks better. But he went to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different departments in about a 4-year time frame. And that's not a red flag for any of them. The county should be sued. The county should be sued for every single dime they have to hire somebody with this kind of a work history. A work history that includes lives. And I hope they sue. I hope they sue and take every single dime they have so they'll be smarter when it comes to hiring people in the future. But I doubt that. But that man, you know what was interesting? I didn't get the other video clip that I saw at the end after this man took her life. That none of the other officers will really look him in the face or communicate with him or talk to him. Like they knew he fucked up bad. They knew it. You know it's really bad when you fuck up and none of your colleagues will sit there and support you. And this is coming from a man that has literally seen police officers take somebody's life and then give themselves or give the other person a high five after. A woman in her home that was looking for help. Nah. When I see stories like this, it makes me scared for my daughter. Because she is 16 and about to go out into the world, and I can't always protect her. I can't give her my wisdom or my instincts from all the hardships and tribulations I had in my life. And I don't want to be that father, because the father initially thought that the intruder that the daughter called about ended up taking her life. he didn't realize that a deputy took his daughter's life, until his son read about it online. So he didn't even get the decency or the respect to know how his daughter really passed. Not here, I won't even say it was taken from him. That was taken from her kids. He had the wrong impression the whole entire time. I purposely waited to say anything about this because initially I was very emotional, angry, and this would have been a lot of curse words and yelling, and that wouldn't have been productive. But I slid this into a political area because we got two people that's running for election, right? And this incident could still has the potential to be larger than George Floyd. Kamala Harris, who claims to be a black woman when it's convenient, sees another black woman loses her life and takes a full day to make a statement. Donald Trump didn't make a statement at all. But his past words.
Doing their job. We're going to give our police their power back, and we're going to give them immunity from prosecution. So they're not prosecuted for doing their job.
And the thing about the Trump thing, Trump has a history of supporting police that has done wrong, has done black men wrong, or black people wrong in general. People tend to forget that even though he likes to, be in black circles, like to socialize and play and be seen with us, I still remember the whole entire Central Park 5 thing. And he was very vicious about that. Before he held any political office, before he was mentioned in rap songs and was on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, he was talking about the kids at the Central Park 5. Look it up. If you made it this far in the video, look it up and see what Donald Trump's comments were about the Central Park 5. So his stance on police hasn't changed in like almost 40 years. And it's not going to change tomorrow. That's the main reason Donald Trump hasn't made a statement at all, and he's not going to. He supports what that officer did.
Doing their job.
Just doing their job. That's how Trump feels about it. Just doing their job. So they should get immunity from it. And again, this isn't me saying that I support Harris either. Kamala Harris. Because I'll be honest with you, she's not too much better. All you gotta do is look at her history when she was a prosecutor. So we gotta ask ourselves, why are we accepting crap? Because as long as we accept these people that can't even take the time to worry about how our police are protecting us, executing us, that are so corrupt in our own country, because they'll be quick to be the moral compass of the whole entire world. They'll be quick to send troops and money into places that don't need it, that doesn't involve us, but who truly needs it here. We don't get it. We get no help and no assistance. And a lot of people are probably going to say, well, they're black. But the one thing I've always said and I learned, what happens to black people, because let's be real, we're the lowest of the totem pole in this country. It's going to happen to everybody else eventually. They test it with us and they roll it out to everybody else. It's hard. It's really hard.